Hello everyone. If you are new to my channel, then please subscribe my channel and also press the bell icon so that you can receive the notification of latest video. If you have any suggestions or comments related to my videos, then please post the comment in my comment box so that I can improve the content. So today our topic is Wi-Fi. If we see why we are studying Wi-Fi. Simple, in many competitive exam, in almost competitive exam, Wi-Fi is a new topic. And if we think about GATE, then from 2016, Wi-Fi and IPv6, these two topics are introduced in GATE syllabus. If you talk about IPv6, you can get good explanation in any book, like in 4ogen. You can get a very good explanation of IPv6 and detailed explanation of the topic in the appendix portion. Simple. But if we talk about Wi-Fi, this is little confusing topic, and several places and many places we cannot get a good explanation. Simple. So today we will cover this topic. So first, come to the point. We have studied 8 or 2.11 IEEE. So what is the standard for Wi-Fi? IEEE 802.11, which was original standard. After that, you have seen it many times. 80.11, then B, A, G, all these variations. All these variations are nothing but the change in the original one. Like data rate has increased, the frequency is varying. Frequency, suppose firstly you are using 2.5 gigahertz and now you are working on 5 gigahertz and all this. Simple. So you don't have any need to worry about all these things. These are simply difference in frequency, implementation technique, or you can say data rate, etc. Simply. And all these are the modification in original 802.11. So firstly we see this is standard IEEE 802.11. You can also say 802.11. IEEE full form you all know, Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineering. So if we talk about Wi-Fi, we know its definition. Many books say its definition is wireless fidelity. So first we talk what is wireless, and then we will talk about fidelity. See, Wi-Fi doesn't mean that Wi-Fi means internet. No, Wi-Fi is just a transmission medium. So wireless means you are connecting two devices without any wire. Simple. You are connecting one mobile with one television without any wire. That is called wireless. Simple. Or you are connecting two phones or two computers or two or more computers without any wire. That is called wireless. If we talk about fidelity, fidelity is simply compatibility. Means you can connect any devices irrespective of their manufacturers. See, we have studied OSI, Open System Interconnection. What Open System Interconnection means? Open means you can connect any two devices of different manufacturers. You don't have any need to buy two mobile phones of same manufacturer to connect them. No. So, infidelity means compatibility. You can have one mobile phone of one manufacturer and second mobile phone of some another manufacturer. Then even then they can connect easily. This is called wireless fidelity. Wireless without wire, and fidelity means compatibility. See, one more thing. Please make notes while watching this video. This will be helpful in your quick revision. Next, see, 802.11 was originally 102 Mbps, but one main thing is Wi-Fi. We use the term unlicensed. Unlicensed means this is free for use. Means you don't have to pay extra to use Wi-Fi facility in your phone or in your system. Simple. This is unlicensed mean. And one more thing, this unlicensed feature works only on two frequencies, that is 2 gigahertz and 5 gigahertz. This is 2.5 gigahertz. 2.5 gigahertz and 5 gigahertz. If your IEEE or if your Wi-Fi like 802.11, 802.11b, if these are working on 2.5 gigahertz and 5 gigahertz, only then you can use it for free. If the underlying frequency is different from these two frequencies, then they are commercial. You have to pay for that. Simple. So keep in mind, unlicensed, these two frequencies are there which are free for use. And if you talk about 802.11, this is for wireless LAN. 0.15 is for wireless PAN, personal area network, and 0.16 is for wireless metropolitan area network. So these points you can remember. See, one more thing. When you buy a new phone, see on the box of the phone, many times on many phones, you will see this label 802.11 BGNAC, means they are supporting this, and this. And main thing, they are backward compatible. They can support this. This is more advanced. They can support this. Simple. And buy the phone which is having this one, means to the extended level. See, if you think about all this, simple. Originally 802.11, 2.5 gigahertz was the frequency. That is why it is unlicensed and we can use it for free. If we come to the next B, then A. See, B is earlier than A. B, data rate was increased and frequency was same. If next we come to the A, frequency 5 gigahertz, simply unlicensed, we can use for free, and the data rate is increased simply. If we come to G, then frequency is 2.4 gigahertz. This is 2.4 gigahertz. If we come to G, this is 2.4 gigahertz, that is unlicensed for free. Backward incompatible. Incompatible means you cannot shift to this. If you are having this standard, you cannot shift to these. And next, M is backward compatible, means you can shift backward also. MIMO, multiple in, multiple out. See, very simple example, like you are buying something and you are standing at billing counter, and there is only one person which are servicing the 10 people who are in a queue. So this will take a long time. But if at billing counter 3 persons are standing, then 10 people can distribute to different billing counter. So the work will be faster. Simple. So this is also 2.4 and 5 gigahertz frequency. So this is unlicensed, this is free. 802.11 AC, 5 gigahertz, it is for free. And if we come to 8 or 2.11 AD, this is operating on 60 gigahertz. And if we next come on to 8 or 2.11 AF, this is operating in 54.790 megahertz frequency. So these two are commercial using because these are not in this frequency range. Simple. So this was basic. Okay. This was just a basic, so that you don't have any confusion with what is this B, what is A, what is G, what is A, and all this. Now we will shift to the topic, main topic, what is different layers, what is scanning, what is on how much layer of OSI model it works, and all this. See, till now what we have studied, what is the definition of Wi-Fi, wireless fidelity. Wireless means without any wire we are communicating. Fidelity means compatibility, that you can connect to devices of different manufacturer. Simple. And we have seen unlicensed frequency means these are free for use, and these are of frequency 2.5 and 5 gigahertz. And low power means if you are distributing anything at low power, means to more people you can distribute the same thing. So to reach more people. And now come to the main core things about Wi-Fi. What are the layers, on which layer it is working, and what is basic functionality, and all this. It works on the first two layers of OSI, that is physical layer and data link layer. First, before going to the core explanation of this thing, we will first see what kind of services it provides. It provides two kind of services. First one is called BSS, that is basic service set. Second thing, it provides ESS, means extended service set. First we will see what is BSS. See, name is specifying BSS, basic, means in the same network, basic thing, basic need. Simple. Suppose this is a network and these are the stations within the network. If this station want to connect with this station through Wi-Fi, this can easily connect without any wire. This can connect with this without any wire. This can connect with without any wire. Simple. This is basic service set. Means the system within a network can easily connect with each other without any wire. This is also of two types. One thing is, suppose we have an access point. Access point is nothing, just a central authority type. Means all the connections are going through access point. Simple. So this is like a central authority. And this is optional. Simple. One thing you have access point and one thing BSS without any access point. See, BSS basic service set, you can connect with, the system can connect with each other in a single system. See, first thing is basic service set, simple. The system within a network can connect easily without any wire. There are two cases. One is with access point, this is optional. It can be or cannot be. Means if you want access point, then you can. If you don't want access point, then you cannot. Simple. This is with access point, that is why it is called infrastructure architecture. And without access point, it is called ad hoc architecture. Simple. So BSS is simply clear. What is basic service set? The system within a network can connect without any wires. There are two options. You can use access point or you cannot use access point. If you are using access point, then it is called infrastructure architecture. And if you are not using access point, this is called ad hoc architecture. Now come to the extended service set. Simply, basic means within the same network. But what if we want to connect this system with another system in another network? Then we use extended service set to connect the system through other networks only. See, what is the basic idea of ESS? Suppose this is one BSS, this is another BSS, and this one is another BSS. And there are systems like this. See, this can easily communicate with this in the single BSS. This can communicate with this in the single BSS. What if this want to communicate with this? Then we come to the point ESS, extended service set. Simple. This can connect with this. See. But ESS works only when BSS is having access points. Simple. Access points mean infrastructure architecture. Without access point means ad hoc architecture. And ESS is simply connection of more than one BSS. 2 BSS, 3 BSS, 4 BSS and so on. And when extended service set works only when the BSS is having access points. These are having access points. Suppose this want to communicate with this, can easily. This want to communicate with this, can easily communicate. But what if this want to communicate with this one? For this, these access points are connected with a wired network. To which? A wired network. This network can be Ethernet or something else. Simple. So, the basic idea behind extended service set is to communicate device, to link device which are not in the same network. And the main thing, to connect multiple BSS, we must have access point in our architecture. Simple. That is, we should have infrastructure architecture of BSS. Simple. We have understood what is ESS and what is BSS. BSS means connect in the same network. They have two options, with access point and without access point. With access point is called infrastructure architecture. Without access point is called ad hoc architecture. Simple. Now we see one more thing based on mobility. Mobility means, what is mobility? To move from one place to another. If we talk about our mobile phone, suppose we are talking with someone at this place, and after some time I want to go somewhere else, and I can continue to talk at that place also. So this is mobility simply. So based on mobility, there are three types of nodes. Very simple. First one is node transition. Means simply, within a single BSS, you can communicate. Simple. Within a single network, you can communicate while moving also. While you are moving in the single network and you are communicating. Simple. But in BSS and ESS, there is one problem that 802.11 doesn't guarantee that while moving, you will continue the connection. See, this is very real life example. Sometimes suppose you are living in a colony and you have Wi-Fi at 3 or 4 places. When you are in range of one Wi-Fi, you are connected with that Wi-Fi. And when you move one area, one coverage to another, for a few time, you can get disconnected from the previous one and you will connect to the next one simply. So you will get connection, but for a few, when you move from one area, one coverage area to next coverage area, then there can be a mild disconnection. Simple. So no transition means you are communicating in single BSS. BSS transition means simply there are two BSS and we have learned it and we have studied. These can connect with APs only if these are having APs. Simple. So BSS transitions mean you can communicate through one BSS to another BSS via access point. Simple. ESS transition means simply suppose this is one ESS and this is another ESS. So you can communicate through this system to this system also. Simple. So based on mobility, we have three types of nodes. Node transition means you are communicating in a single BSS. BSS transition means you are communicating from one BSS to another BSS via access points. And ESS transition means you are communicating from one ESS to a system in another ESS. Simple. First we see what is scanning. See, sometimes we have heard about scanning. What is scanning? Simply, suppose I have a mobile phone, I have switched off my Wi-Fi. Simple. And there are 4 or 5 access points which can give service to me to connect to the internet. Simple. So, to which access point I will get connected means to which BSS, which network I will get connected. This is simply called scanning. So, for example, simple, this is a new device and it wants to get connected through Wi-Fi to the internet. First, what it will do, it will send a probe signal, probe frame to all APs in this range. Suppose this is here and in this range there are two APs. See, this is under this AP, this access point and this access point. First, this will send probe frame to all APs in this range. Simple. Then, what AP will do? AP will send probe response frame. Node will send, station will send probe request frame, and in response to this, AP will send probe response frame. Simply, this is requesting and these are responding. Simple. Now, suppose now this came to know, yes, I can get service from this and this. Simple. So what mainly we do? Suppose one Wi-Fi is giving me speed at 25 Mbps and second is giving me the speed about 15 Mbps. Then to which I will get connected? I want to connect with 25 Mbps simply. So now after this, what will be the third step? This station will send association request to one of the AP because at one time we can get connected to one Wi-Fi also, one Wi-Fi only. Because at one time we can connect to one only. So this station will send association request frame. Okay, that I want to get associated or I want to get connected with you. To only one. Suppose this is sending this connection request to this one. And in response, this will send it association response frame. This is very simple. What is scanning? There is a new device and it wants to connect to an internet connection via Wi-Fi, wireless LAN. What it will do? Firstly, it will send probe request to all APs in this range and then these APs will send probe request frame, and after that, third step is this will send association request to any one of the AP, only one AP, simple, and this AP will respond via association response frame. Means see, in TCP/IP we have in TCP connection we have seen about three-way handshaking. So there are simply four-way handshaking. Simple. So this is called active scanning. There are two types of scanning: active scanning and passive scanning. And this is called active scanning. Why active? Because station is sending request to access point. Simply, in the very first step, what is happening? When new station introduced, new station will send request to the APs. That is called active scanning. That is called active scanning. And why it is called active scanning? Because we are doing something only when there is some new connection and when there is someone new who want connection. Simple. That is called active scanning. See, simple. Active scanning means we are trying to connect only when new station is introduced or new station wants to connect. While in passive scanning, simply in active scanning, what is happening? Station is sending request, while in passive scanning, these APs send connection request. Simply, passive scanning is what? Beacon frame means a frame is sent time to time by APs to check its range. Means suppose we have suppose this AP has a time that in every 5 hours it will check its range or it will check its availability. Simple. So passive scanning means APs are sending requests to check its availability or its range from time to time, like in every 5 hours or in every 2 hours or in every 24 hours. Simple. And what is active scanning? Whenever new station introduced, then it will send request to AP. Simple. In active, request is from station to AP, and in passive, request is from AP to its every station. So in the next part of this Wi-Fi lecture, we will see about the different layers on which it is working. That is physical and data link layer. What is the working on physical and what is the different part of data link layer? All this we will study in the second part.